In this video, we're going to take a look at the reports and data available to any user of AGI Compass and the soil pillar. Any of these reports and or data is available to any user of AGI Compass, whether you're using the automated A&L Soil Labs connection or an alternate lab and manually entering your results. First, get logged into your system and click on the soil pillar. Next, we're going to go to the Reports section in the submenu, and we're just going to scroll down to the very last option, Soil Trends. Compass has built in a soil trending graph. Now, this is dependent on having at least 2 soil sample results entered into Compass, whether through A&L Labs automated connection or manually entering them. But this gives you a better understanding and a view of your soil data in a graphical format. For those of us that don't necessarily understand what just numerical values mean, this can give you a soil trend history of what's been happening in your field over a period of time. So, hey, for example, we've got our first taken soil sample here in 2016, all the way up to our latest sample in 2021. We can see how our nutrient management has affected our fields over time and those different nutrient values in parts per million on our graph. Hovering over any particular test point will bring up the test details, all the parts per million for each of your micronutrients and nutrients available. This can help you build better planning for your nutrient management on your fields. Now we're looking here at the average trend. So if we did multiple depths at 0 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 to 24, this would be an average across those multiple depths. We also have the availability to look at this from a depth scatter view. And again, if we hover over, we can see the test points and the depths that we did those to. The last portion we can do here is the average nutrient percentage. And here you can see we've got the big 6 nutrients here. And again, we can hover over each one of these test points from oldest to newest and see the micros and parts per million at time of testing. Let's take a look at how to manipulate your data within this graph. First, it's automatically going to pull in the first 6 soil samples or 5 soil samples you have created for this field. As you saw, I was able to check these last 2, and I was just going to click Update Graph to make sure those details came in. Here you can also select which ones you do want to see available on the graph. Just remember, as soon as you select which fields you want to see, to click the Update Graph button to make sure the data populates in. Over on the far right, you have your legend showing you what each color means and micronutrient associated, but also gives you the ability to turn on or off any micros or nutrients you do not want to see in your graph. We also have a convenient Check All button that will automatically turn on all nutrients. This has been sort of a quick overview of our soil trending graph. If you need more assistance, contact your AGI Compass support person. But now let's take a quick look at the data available to you as well as the data export. Here, we're going to click on Soil Data Filter on the Data tab on the submenu first. This allows you to pick a particular farm. If you're an agronomist or retailer and have multiple farms entered into your Compass system, you can pick whose data you want to view, or leave this blank and export everybody's data to one Excel spreadsheet. If you're an individual farm, your farm will automatically populate in here. Next, we can select a date range for the data we wish to export or view. If you leave this blank, Compass will export the earliest and the latest soil sample and everything in between. Essentially, all the data you have in Compass for soil. Keeping our page moving down, we can look at our different filter measurements, such as a specific report date we want to maybe export. And now we can pick limiters and values for any particular nutrient we wish to view. For example, maybe we're only interested in potassium that was less than 200 parts per million. Clicking Excel, only soil sample results where potassium is less than 200 parts per million will be included in the export. Let's leave this blank and see exactly what this looks like when we export our soil data. I'm just going to click the Excel key And there it is. We can open this up in Excel format. Here's every soil sample for Manitoba Demo Farm taken from over time, and all of my results, micros and ppm at time of testing, all included on one single Excel. This can be very powerful if you're building nutrient management plans with your agronomist, your retailer, or as an agronomist retailer building nutrient management plans with your growers to be able to see everything historically on one sheet with all the values included. Of course, as usual, you can enable editing and use the built-in filters that Excel provides to find the specific data you wish to view. Next, we have one more filter we're going to look at, and that's still under the Data tab, and we're going to go to Farm Soil Status. Again, if you're a retailer or an agronomist, you can select to leave this blank and have all farms, or you can select your individual farm, and if you are a single farm, you will automatically populate in with your farm. Here you can also pick a date range that you want to view, and you'll notice we not only have an Excel button, but we also have a filter button. Excel will export the details you specify here to an Excel spreadsheet for further review. Filter will do this right in program. The farm soil status was designed to show you when your last result was entered into Compass, whether that came from A&L Labs or was manually entered. The last soil ID number that's associated with it. Has the field been sampled, and the information for your fields. Just because these say no does not mean the field hasn't been sampled. It just means we don't have a report or field details data in Compass right now. So you don't have results manually entered or returned from A&L Labs. This can be a quick way to determine which fields you probably need to soil sample or haven't sampled in a long time, and be able to create yourself the ability to go out and sample. If you require any more assistance on the reports or data that you can view in AGI Compass Soil Pillar, I encourage you to contact your AGI Compass support rep at 1-866-278-9530 and book an online training session today. As always, thanks for watching, and have yourself an amazing day.